everybody, Remrov here again. I'm a classic artist who makes these videos to educate about autism and to build a bridge in between the autistic and neurotypical world, and I hope to be a voice for non-verbal people with autism. Besides making these videos about autism, I'm also an artist. I make photorealistic pencil drawings of everything I find interesting, which is mainly my wildlife. People often ask me if my autism has an effect on my art, and yes, it does. Because of my autism, I see the whole world in tiny little details, and my drawings tend to be this way too, like very precise and very detailed. And people often tell me when they look at my drawings that my drawings are more detailed than the photo I have been using as a reference for that drawing. But for me, that isn't so. I really see all those details in that photo, like everything else I see around me. Well, today I want to share more about my most recent pencil drawing. A while ago I asked on my Facebook fan page what people would like to see me draw, and many of those people said that they would love to see me drawing my sweet little feathered friend Pilaf. So I decided to do this. Of course, this was a really special project for me. I already have Pilaf for 16 years, and he is actually registered as my therapy and help animal. He helps me a lot with the challenges I face as a person with autism. He's really my special friend. So, actually, I'm planning to do a video about that also, about him being my therapy animal, etc., and how he helps me. But with my drawing, I really wanted to do him justice, of course. First, I was thinking about doing it in black and white, like many of my other drawings. But I decided that wasn't a good idea, because the beautiful colors of Pilaf is such a huge part of who he is. So I decided to do it in colored pencil, and that was quite a challenge for me because I almost never work with colored pencil. First, when I started drawing, I started with the eye and the forehead and his beak, and that went really well, and I was really happy with the result. And then I continued with the cheeks here, and then I started to have a bit of troubles with that. Because of my autism, I'm extremely perfectionistic, and I always want to draw every tiny detail I see. But in this case, the details were too small and to recreate with my pencil. My pencil was actually too big, the colored pencils. In order to recreate all those details, I needed or a pencil that was twice as small, or I needed to make the drawing twice as big. So first I was thinking about starting over, but I had already like 20 hours of work in it, so that was not really an option. So I realized that what I had to do was ignoring the tiniest details and just make an indication of the fluffiness of his feathers in his cheeks, instead of drawing every tiny little detail I saw. So I tried to do that, but then the breakdown started. I was really struggling with ignoring those details. You can compare it with taking a walk in the woods and then ignoring the trees. And so that was impossible almost for me, and I felt like I was messing up the drawing, and yeah, I found it really difficult, especially because it was so a special project to me, because it's my little friend Pilaf. And every morning I started with, or I continued with the drawing, like in a refreshed way, and full of confidence. But then, like half an hour later or 45 minutes, the breakdown already happened. And I even started to use an eraser to erase what I had been drawing, which is I never ever use an eraser because it just smudges, and especially with colored pencil. Colored pencils have a certain wax in it, and they're a bit greasy. It's practically impossible to erase without creating smudges or damaging the paper. I had these breakdowns. It continues the whole process for about a week, and my boyfriend Edward, he really helped me through it, and he really gave me a lot of support and told me it was awesome what I was doing, and that nobody really noticed it at all besides myself. That yeah, that it didn't look good or so. He said it was just awesome what I was doing. So eventually I finished it, the cheeks, and I began with the chest part here, and yeah, that was easier than the chest part, I must say. I still struggled here and there with the drawing because of the same issue, but I found a way to actually make an indication of feathers instead of really literally drawing every tiny detail. In total, I've been working on this drawing for about 120 hours, and even though I see flaws in it, especially in the cheek area, I'm still quite happy with the result. I've learned quite a lot during making this drawing. It happens to many people with autism that they have breakdowns like I was having, and crying and screaming, and it just happens when things go different than you really want them to go. And when you're struggling with something you just really want to achieve and that you want to do perfect. So a very good thing with having a breakdown like that is just to take a break, have a cup of tea or something else that you enjoy, and then try to calm down. I'm getting better at this. It's still a struggle though, because I hated to take a break or to stop with something once it feels negative. I want to stop or take a break once at the time I feel really positive about it. So I still struggle with that. On people with autism, they have great determination, and they just want to do everything to achieve what they want to achieve, which can be extremely positive, of course, but it can also get negative, like indeed, when they push themselves so much over their limits, and when they get breakdowns, and when they just get exhausted from pushing themselves so much. It is very a good thing to recognize that you're getting tired, or that you need a break before a breakdown happens, which is of course extremely difficult. It still happens to me, even though I already know for years that I'm having a breakdown every now and then. But a good thing to avoid breakdowns, like with work like this, for example, to just have breaks on a very regular basis throughout the day. Like, I work for 45 minutes on my drawing or on something else, and then I have a 5-minute, 10-minute break, and then I continue again. And that would be a very a good way to avoid breakdowns. So, yeah, that was it. What I had to share about this, about my project, and about how it works with breakdowns and things like that. I hope you yeah, liked it and find it useful what I said. Um, yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, or send me a message. Or if you have any ideas for topics you want to know more about regarding autism or artwork. And well, Pilaf and I wish you yeah, a very nice day, and we hope to see you with my next videos again. Bye!